My name is Ellen Moodie. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Anthropology, and I'm also a Conrad Humanities Scholar. About 2012, I had been doing research. I had a sabbatical in El Salvador, where I've done most of my research as an anthropologist. And I traveled to Cuba with a group of people affiliated with the FMLN, the Farabundo Martí National Liberation Party, who were guerrillas during the war and were affiliated and supported by Cubans. So I joined them as part of my research in 2012, and I found it kind of intriguing. One thing you may know about El Salvador is that it's a very violent place. So when we traveled to Cuba, everyone in the group, we're just kind of used to looking over our shoulders and just kind of not being so sure about where we should go at night. In Cuba, it was so open. There was lots of people dancing outside, parties, sense of freedom, and it was just a kind of paradoxical thing to travel from El Salvador to Cuba and feel this freedom in this place that's often portrayed as, kind of blockaded and kind of sealed off from the world. And so I started thinking, wow, I could do some sort of exploratory research to figure out what kind of project would work in Cuba. What I have used the money for so far is to travel there, go to academic meetings, anthropology meetings, a kind of cultural studies conference at the Casa de las Americas, which is a very famous kind of cultural center in Cuba. And I've been thinking about objects and the circulation of objects in Cuba and how our stereotype of Cuba is maybe that they're stuck in the 50s and they have all these sort of bedrooms that look like 50s bedrooms, or these objects, these dishes. And it's true, there's a lot of things that people have preserved given that they've been kind of blocked off from a lot of trade from parts of the world. But then there's also these things that come from unexpected places. Well, I guess part of ethnographic field work, which is the kind of methodology that we use, is very much about being on the ground and seeing what happens on an everyday level. I would expect that we would understand something more about how people impute different kinds of value on different kinds of objects that goes beyond their literal value in money, but also, even sentimental value, the kind of biographies that objects have. And it might also help us understand something larger about people's relationship to material things in a different kind of economic system. The Conrad Humanities Scholar Award really allowed me to explore other possibilities without sort of the pressure of a grant. And it also has come to me at a moment when I'm not yet at a position where I'm just being given a name because I've accomplished a lot already. It's partly because I'm going to accomplish a lot. So I think more fellowships, more awards like this that encourage future accomplishments and allow freedom and exploring for mid-level professors, that's what the real gift of this gift has been.